Hey everybody, I'm just updating the video demonstration of the complete kits, including a new pot and some other new options that I have. You can buy these as complete sets with everything you need, or you can buy the components individually. Just see my website for all the details on that. But let's start by looking at the titanium pot that I've had for a while now. Okay, so this is a nice titanium pot for solo cooking. It will hold 3 cups of water, 700 mLs, and it has a nice size and all titanium, titanium folding handles, titanium lid with vent holes. One of the nice things in terms of compact storage is if you use these Nalgene's, a Nalgene will fit right in, so it just makes it a more compact carry wrapped around your Nalgene. And if you're in a fire ban area and you need to use a canister stove, you can even put a small canister cylinder inside. So that's the titanium pot, and we'll talk more about windscreens and burners for these pots after I talk about my other pot. Okay, this pot is a new addition to my kit. And it's basically what people used to call the Kmart grease pot, because you could get this at Kmart in distinction to the Walmart grease pot, which is a different pot. But this one holds 4 cups, hold a full liter if you need to, and is made out of light aluminum. Has a nice black outer coating so it absorbs heat well from your burner. And the one thing I've done to modify it is it comes with this black plastic lid knob, and I've replaced that with a nice hardwood wooden knob for the lid. The one thing this pot doesn't have is a handle, and one of the things that you can get as an option on my site is this GSI silicone pot gripper, which just makes it very easy to pick up a pot. Even if there's hot liquid up against your fingers, they're fully protected by this silicone thimble. So that's a nice addition, and I would suggest that you get that unless you have another pot gripper that you want to use. So that's the second type of pot that I have. Okay, let's look at the rest of the items in the kit. The first thing you're going to need is some kind of a windscreen, and obviously for a smaller pot you have a smaller windscreen, larger pot, larger windscreen. But whatever kind of a pot stand you use, you're going to want a windscreen to keep your burner, keeping the flame nicely on your pot without the wind bothering it. So that's the windscreen, and the windscreens are sized so that they go nicely in the pot. They're light but very durable titanium, and I've been able to make a very nice tab and slot mechanism, but they go right into the pot for storage for you without any difficulty. I have a couple types of burners and a couple types of pot stands. In terms of the pot stand, the simplest one is a piece of stainless steel mesh that's malleable, so you can bend it into the shape you want. And most people are going to use this C shape, and that works well just to hold your pot up just like that, no problem. The other kind I have is actually a lighter option. It's what I call a tripod. So it folds up like this, or gets set up like this to support a pot. And it's got very stable three-corner design. When it folds up, it just goes together by just sort of unfolding, and then one end just needs to be tucked in. And this is made out of brass tubing and stainless steel rods. So it's a very nice design. The burners that I have are 2 kinds of what I call dual fuel burners. And then there's a bottlestove.com burner we'll talk about in a minute. The dual fuel comes in 2 sizes. Each of them has a screw top lid, and the lid serves as a tray for an Esbit cube. So you've got an Esbit burner, hence the dual fuel name. And I don't know how easy this is to see because it's black, but each of these is lined with carbon felt, which serves as a nice wick to burn the alcohol nicely. So there's the regular dual fuel burner, which holds up to 3/4 ounces of alcohol, and the new dual fuel XL burner, which holds 1.5 ounces of alcohol. The final type of burner that I have is this burner that I get from bottlestove.com. So this is a pot pressurized burner, and it's made from an aluminum beer or other beverage can, not the lightweight but the heavyweight cans. And it's very tough. You can even stand on it. It certainly will hold up to any kind of abuse. And it has holes around the edge that you can probably see. So it's pot pressurized. You get it going, and then you put your pot on once it blooms, and you don't need a pot stand with it. It works well for a wider pot. So even though both of these pots can work with any of the burners, I actually think for this pot, either the larger dual fuel burner or the bottlestove.com burner works the best. I do use a modification where I add some dimples, don't know if you can see that, to the top of the burner, and that prevents overpressurization and too rapid fuel consumption. The best match to the small pot is probably either the smaller dual fuel or the larger dual fuel. If you decide you want to get a bottlestove.com stove with it, I do a further modification where I enlarge every other hole, and that just creates a better flame pattern. But it is still, with this pot, less efficient than the dual fuel burners are. I'm going to put some still photos up that show the burn patterns of the different burners using the two different pots so that you can see how that looks. But take care the next time you're on the trail, and you really are not going to find a better deal than these complete kits.